Hey, I'm going to show you how to make the accordion paper that will go into our tunnel book. This will be on the inside of the Bristol board. It'll have an accordion edge, and we'll do the Bristol board around it. I'll show you that later. As of now, we are going to fold the paper in half. But while we're doing this, I'm just going to talk about a few facts. First things first, let's talk about what happens when we fold paper. When you fold a piece of paper, you're essentially changing its shape and structure by creasing it along a straight line. Now, while that may sound basic, it can actually have some pretty cool effects on the paper's physical properties. See, you can take a flat sheet of paper, fold it in half, and instantly changes how it looks and feels, and becomes a little more rigid and compact. Pretty neat, right? The act of folding creates creases, and these creases can help define a new shape or design. But did you know that folding paper can actually affect its strength and durability? When you fold paper, you are manipulating the fibers within the paper. These fibers are usually arranged in a grid-like pattern, and by folding, you create new structural lines that can make the paper stronger in certain directions. Now, if you fold paper multiple times, it gets harder to fold, right? This is because each fold doubles the thickness of the paper at that point. So the more folds you add, the harder it becomes to make new folds. But folding doesn't just have to be about strength and structure. It can also be about creativity, like we are doing right now. Paper folding is the foundation of the beautiful art of origami. With just a few simple folds, you can create intricate designs from animals to flowers and everything in between. See how just a few folds can result in something amazing. And the best part is that the possibilities are endless. You can start with a basic square sheet and transform it into all sorts of fun shapes. Here's a fun fact. Did you know that the world record for the most times a single sheet of paper has been folded is 13? Yeah, it sounds crazy, but it was done with a large sheet of paper and some serious muscle power. The challenge, though, is that each fold you make makes the paper exponentially harder to fold. Whether you're folding for fun, as an art form, or for practical uses like creating paper airplanes, there's no limit to what you can do with a simple sheet of paper. So go ahead, grab a piece of paper, and see what you can create. But for us, we're just going to continue. Now, we're actually on a stage now after folding everything. We are going to be creasing the paper by reversing the fold. See? Look at that. And so we just find the crease because we already have a fold here. And fold along there. And we'll try to match that up. Now, this stage basically is going to be basically followed by smaller fold. So in order to get that, you're just going to crease it with your finger here to get it a little smaller and kind of curve the paper. Just going to help make that little fold. So this will be the smallest fold on this side. And so I'll try to get them matched up with all the other folds coming ahead of it. So the fold right now, this one's basically I guess our starter fold for the smallest fold, and then you can kind of use it as a guide for the other folds that are going to follow. So get this one kind of straightened out here, and we'll do the same thing over here on this side. So when we're on this side, we're going to again do the small fold, try to see the little crease there, and we're going to crease that, and then fold it back just to get that tiny fold. And with a tiny little fold, try to make it straight. And so got that all matched up there. But again, like I said, with each fold, or each of these small folds, you're going to be able to use it as a guide for the paper that you can see right here. get that all creased out here. And I know it seems tedious, sorry about that. It's a little demanding. I think I even got a paper cut. So that's not good. Ha. Well, yes, that's what you get for folding paper. So now you're just gonna go and what's happening is with that first fold, you're gonna be able to feel the corner or the inside edge, and you should be able to fold along that. Push your finger and kind of follow along there. And so each fold after that, you'll be able to just, when you're doing it, you'll find, because that one edge will be thicker, you can find it's the fold or the crease a lot easier and fold into that. And then match up the edges. And get those all folded into each other. And there we go. And I believe that's the last fold for this side. Got that nice and creased there. And after that, then we're just gonna do the same on the opposite side. So like I said, follow the like you. I don't know, like you can actually feel like where the edge is. If you rub your finger across, it's basically on the opposite side of the fold. So you'll feel where it actually will actually give, and then you just it will make it easier to fold. So then you match up those edges, and you just keep doing that until you get down to the fold that you made. The the first fold, yeah, because we fold the pages in half so many times. So this will be just that half piece getting folded down to the smallest fold. And once we do that, this again, like these will be little tiny accordions. Now you'll just pull it out right here, see, and then you're gonna fold it in half from that spot. And then what you'll do is you'll actually just go and line up the corners with each other. And it might be a little harder because it's folded. I mean, harder than folding flat sheet paper. But just try to keep the corners as true as you can. And when you're doing that, just kind of eyeball it. Again, you're going to have to look closely at it and just start creating your first crease. And then go over on the other side. Just kind of line up the edges before you commit to a crease. And then just rub along there. And then your paper should be in half. And then do the same thing that we did earlier. And fold that sheet in half here. And then you will end up doing this same thing again with corner to corner, edge to edge. And you'll line it up. And then we'll do the same thing on the opposite side here. Kind of like a rectangle airplane. Yeah, I don't know if it could fly, but an airplane flies. So it's obviously not the case. But it's kind of the same way you would do with an airplane. Once that's done, then you're just going to fold that smaller part, fold that in half also. So once you fold that in half, then you'll be ready. So you'll do the same thing on the opposite side. To get this, again, edge to edge, corner to corner. Try to keep it as true as you can. Do the same thing on the opposite side here. And just straighten it out. Again, try to match the corners. And then flatten that out. So what's going to happen now is we've got all our folds, and we're just going to fold it out. The fold that you just have to keep those two end folds closed. Don't need to open them all the way. So this is, at this point, you're going to all the original folds you made. You're just going to follow them now. So follow them like an accordion, and just fold back into that. And then with the fold that's on the inside that you kept folded in, we'll just follow along with that. And these are going to act as the sides on the accordion of the tunnel book that you'll end up gluing the pieces of your picture to. So on the very, very back, we'll obviously glue on the background. And then on these folds, each fold will get a separate layer. So whatever you designed. So in my case, it would have been the Starry Night. in the background of the Starry Night would have been the stars. And then after that would be the mountains. And then after that's the village. And then after that would be the trees. So that kind of gives you that sense of depth. Like you're looking into something. So right now I'll show you how that's set up so you can see what you're going to glue to. So that's pretty much it. And hopefully this will help. And I'll have the next part